What's up, everybody? All right, back at it again here. um, yeah. Try to get to the vault, the vault. So today I got quite a bit done on the trailer. So I basically I got the, I don't know what to call this. It's not exactly like a skid plate, but I started building the protection bars. I'm gonna like put bars underneath the black tank. So when I dump the airbags, the whole trailer will drop, and hopefully there will be some protection for the black tank. Because basically, I don't want to like puncture it or something, right? Or bust the valve off. Like that would be bad. And obviously, I'm gonna look under the trailer before I drop it, like to make sure there's no big rocks or something that I drive over. But I don't know that that's really gonna be an issue. I'm just, thinking ahead, because there is like, I still plan on using the. There's like, I don't know what do you call those? Like they're not jacks, but they're like these like bars that come down that they're literally just there to steady the trailer. I don't know what this trailer was used for before, why it needed them, but it does have them. So, but yeah. So I think I'm just gonna still use those, and it'll drop down on those when it drops. But yeah, I got that started. That process started. So, and I cut them too long at first, which I tend to do, and then I kind of trim up to where I need them, and then I cut them too short on the second time. So what I ended up doing was just cutting some new ones, and so that's a lot of the reason why I didn't finish that part, because I just I got it was a lot of finagling to get there, and then I got there, and then I was like, well, whatever, I'll finish it tomorrow. But that was the last thing I did too. So the first thing I did was I welded in the cross supports, or like they might be like floor joists, like the pieces of metal that go across the floor. And basically that went well, but what I was gonna do was just put down this sort of sheet metal that I had, but it's just too thin to cover the gap. And it just kind of like, I'm sure once I weld it, if I welded it in there, it would be fine and better than it is, but it just like doesn't work. Like it just kind of bends in the middle, in between the supports, if that makes any sense. So, I know I didn't want, and I don't want to do this, but I think I'm just gonna have to make the floor out of wood. Because to go get a thick piece of metal is just gonna be, a lot more weight, work, effort to get it cut to where it will fit in between what I have going on in there. Because I basically have wall studs coming down that I'm gonna have to cut around, to sort of seal this room off, so to speak, so that no like mice or anything can run up in there. And I think, in looking at it, the easiest, best thing.
The refinery work took longer than the engineers estimated. Extracting the methane has exposed a deep shaft that the scientists on site say looks to be of Iridian origins. Now engineers are reporting seismic activity they think is linked to draining the methane. If we can get out first light, it won't be a moment too soon.
I think the best thing to do is just to get some sort of sheet wood and cut it up and put it in there. I don't know what I'll get, and I'm obviously gonna have to like paint it. You know, it's gonna be on the bottom, so it's not like it's gonna be rained on a whole lot. You know, it's well protected. It's not gonna get rained on at all. Like the rain won't get to it. If I drive through the rain, like water might splash up from the tires into it, right, or something like that. But it's kind of gonna be buried up in, out of the way, like out of the. So I think I'm just gonna have to do it. It's gonna be the easiest, cheapest solution. You know, I could get a thick piece of metal and shove it in there and cut it all out the way it needs to be cut out. And I don't really have a great way of doing like little notches in a piece of metal like that. What I've been doing when I need to do it is I just kind of cut it with a die grinder and then kind of just grind out the rest, you know, like between the death wheel and the grinder. I basically, that's how I'm doing it. You know, like the hole for the lock for like the deadbolt to go through the door frame, like that was a giant pain to get out because I could only hold the grinder or the death wheel to make it work there in such a way that it was shooting the sparks up in the air and then they were landing on my head. Like I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have like 2 or 3 burn marks on my face because I had to shoot the sparks up in the air and then they were landing on my head. I tried to like put my hoodie over and that covered most of it, but every once in a while one would get me in the forehead. So, you know, that's just, I guess that's just part of metal working. You just have to deal with it. But yeah, so that was a pain. So it would have, I do have like a little die grinder, but I don't have the metal rasp bits for it. So next time I'm in Harbor Freight, I'm gonna buy those. They're kind of expensive, but you know, for what they do, it would be nice to have that little, you know, that little tool, because it's, you know, it's new, it's air powered, and yeah, it's not like a Dremel exactly. It's, yeah, I mean, and I could have probably Dremeled them out, but I don't really know that I have the little die grinder discs for that either. So I guess I got to get more of those too. But you know, it's just, yeah. So anyways, so I got the floor joists in. So now I'm gonna go get a piece of wood tomorrow, and I'm gonna paint one side of it, and I'll probably paint the garage door at the same time. If it's not raining again, I was gonna paint the garage door today. Maddie got paint, but then it was raining, so. So, yeah. So. Okay, so I got the floor joist in. Then the other problem that I was having was that the toilet was going to be too low to just sit right on the floor. Because basically the floor joists sit right on top of the black tank. And so the way that this works, but I only get one this time. I'm gonna die again. Well, I took that one out. Now I gotta get rid of one. Oh, come on. Why do you gotta do that to me? There's no way I'm gonna get this guy down. Yeah, so the black tank sits right there underneath the floor, and it can't go any lower because I need that room for when I drop the trailer. Plus, you don't want that low, you know. You want to have ground clearance. So, but I have like this grommet that goes into the black tank, and then the pipe goes into the grommet, and then the pipe goes into the toilet flange. Well, the toilet flange, you know, needs like 3 inches or so, and then the grommet needs 2 or 3 inches. So you got to have like 4 or 5 inches of pipe, something like that. I don't know how big it is exactly, but and so you know, I have 1.5 inches from the black tank, the top of the black tank, to the bottom of the floor, which is where you put your toilet. You know, something like that. And but I need to have like 6 inches, so I had to build up a little thing there too.
Everyone in my command has a distinct purple rash on their skin. I've also noticed a strange calm is cast over most of the men. Tomorrow, I will lead a team into the shaft to discover the source of the strange vapors we're breathing.
So I had to build up a little mount for the toilet flange, you know, like I guess it's 2 inches above the floor is what I ended up with. And so whatever that means, I guess I need the grommet goes into the tank a little, so I guess it is probably about 4 inches. Anyway, so now the toilet's going to be sitting up off the floor 2 inches. So I'm going to have to come up with something to cover the bottom of the toilet where, and you know, and that might just be easier to build out of wood too there. I don't know. Cause it's just, you know, they have their advantages. I was trying to just not use any wood. And so I don't know. Maybe I still might not. I was thinking about getting like something else. I mean, like, I don't know. I could get some more of that plastic, I guess. The problem is it's really thin, and it's gonna. Oh, what was that? I didn't back up. I got like pushed off the edge. Yeah, like I'm getting to the end of this game, and I don't want to play it anymore because I just die too much. But so what I did is I just took two like lengths of 1 inch square tubing and made myself a little bridge for the toilet flange to sit on, and basically it does that. And so that's where the toilet flange will mount to that. So I could shoot them in the head when they're holding still like that. Get criticals. Guess I could start throwing grenades too. Like, I want to get the airbags started, right? Because that's the next complicated part. Like, putting the floor in is not a big deal. It's just a matter of how I want to do it. If I do wood, you know, I'm going to paint the wood. So probably that's just what I'm going to have to do, just paint the wood really well. And you know, she got an outdoor paint today. So if I paint the wood really well with that, and then that should, you know, help with any moisture issues and make it like a subfloor. And then if I'll get some vinyl planking for for the actual floor. And basically, I think that'll be good, right? For the floor, because you know, I just don't want it to feel squishy. Like, and I know I could put the metal that I have down, and it would be fine, but it wouldn't feel good. This gun kills them way faster. I need to level up. I'll stop dying so much. But anyway, so the toilet is more or less, it's at least mountable. Like I still gotta glue the pipe and then that kind of stuff. But you know, that's gonna be like the last thing that happens. So that's a good progress there. Just getting the toilet to where it's mountable. Because now all I have to do is basically get the floor in. You know, at some point I'm going to have to install a light and some sort of skylight, or, you know, I want the sun to light it in the day. So I've got to figure out some sort of window system or something like that. Like a vent and a window maybe, or I don't know what. But we want the sun in there in the day. So that's got to happen too. But, you know, that's stuff that can be installed later, right? Like I need to get the meat and potatoes together of it. Like I need to get the suspension together and the majority of it painted so that I can get it out, you know, out of the garage. And then the other stuff, what you do is you just like, as I need something, I just install it, or it's a little projects here and there over time, you know, like you install a light, install this or that, instead of just this giant, you know, 150 things to do list, and then everything else just has to wait, which is what I'm doing right now. So the new goal is May, I mean. So we're almost into April here. So if I can get it done by May, or at least usable, we'll say. Not done, but usable. Because, you know, done isn't. Like done isn't going to be for a long time. And then there's going to be things that I don't like and then I'm going to change. It's just always what happens. So, you know, you think things are going to go one way and then you go out and you use the thing and you realize you were wrong and they don't work that way and they need to work a different way. It's just the way it goes. So that's what I'm going to do. But, so yeah, I got the floor joists in. I got so the black tank is now mounted. Yeah, that's the other thing is I cut the hole for the plumbing and put the plumbing in, put the grommet into the black tank. So that's done. So basically the interior of the thing is almost usable. I just have to put a floor in and then it's usable. And then, so the next steps this whole week is going to be figuring out that air suspension, which I already built the control arms. So, and then today, that's the other thing I did today that took a lot of time, was I built the tabs for the control arms. So, you know, they're basically the pieces of metal that go out that it goes through. I got those finished. So now all I need to do is just weld them on where I want them when I get to that point. I got the U-bolts for the control arms and they're way too small. So that's another thing I need to get from the hardware store tomorrow. I need to get U-bolts. I need to get through bolts. I'm out of oxygen here. I need to get 3 bolts for the part that goes through the bushings, and a couple other things: wood, flooring, maybe some plastic for the walls. Because I think I'm probably not gonna finish the top box walls. I'm just gonna leave them the way they are. But the bottom box walls, I'm gonna finish, just to kind of like, then I don't have to really paint in there. I'm just gonna do like plastic around. I might do it in the top box too. I haven't fully decided yet. Just do plastic on those walls too. Find a way to screw and glue the plastic to it. Because, then there's just still there's no chance of anything like molding or whatever. I'll have the wood in the floor, and that'll be it. Where in the crap am I supposed to be going? Up. Was it back where I was? I don't really know. But yeah, so the main thing I need is these fittings that I thought were going to come with the airbags, and they didn't. And I hope I even ordered the right ones, because it's kind of confusing how, it has an NPT thread on the airbag. And so I don't fully know how to measure these things. I kind of looked it up, and I'm hoping it makes sense. But the hole is bigger than. Oh, I gotta go up there. That's what it is. The hole is bigger than ½ inch, but I think it's supposed to be ½ inch. That's what the specs say, that it's a ½ inch hole. But then I measured the hole, and it's like 5/8. And I think.
First, it just watched. Then it spoke. I understand now. It led us down into a vault of sorts. Inside it was so small, but so much more. I saw. The knowledge it contains is too powerful. Keeping that vault out of human hands is the only thing that matters. Defend and protect.
I guess I got this Guardian Spectre here. It's not wasn't that powerful that it needed a cutscene. Or was that not it? Anyways, so I don't know, what was I talking about before that? Oh, there's more of them. Yeah, so I might do plastic on the walls. I might not. I might just leave it the way it is too. I don't know. I haven't fully decided that yet either. Oh, the fittings. So it was it's a good 5/8 hole, but I think that's just because it's a tapered fitting, right? It's a tapered thread, so that it is more likely to seal, because you got air moving through it, right? So anyways, I bought the ½ inch fitting, so hopefully they fit right, and then once I have those, then I'm going to be able to tell how tall the bags are actually going to be, because the bags that I have are, when they're just in their neutral state, they're not the height that they're claimed to be on the website, and I need to know these heights, because then I can know where I need to mount my mounts, right? Like, because if the thing extends up more, then I need to put the top mount higher so that I can get the correct amount of usable stroke for what I'm trying to do. If that makes any sense. So
get behind me.
So it's kind of stopping the progress, because I don't want to cut the frame until then. I need to know exactly where the axle is going to land on the frame so that I can cut it. And
John, you're through, and this time the board is behind me. You've been terminated. You say one more word to me, and I will make your death slow. What are you? That was 3. I'll be seeing you soon.
so, yeah, that's what I need to do. Because then, you know, it's mounting the airbags, and that's something that I could have still worked on.
There's a lot of weird aliens around here. That's gotta be a good sign, right? Something real juicy's waiting for me down there.
Oh, crap. I need some vending machines. I got too many guns.
Shield up!
So, I could, you know, I could just start it now and just cut the frame, but I want to cut it as little as possible. There's like a, if that makes any sense, there is like a, like how far away am I from vending? I have to go clear back up there. Is this a map exit? It must be. That might be on the other side of the map exit. I'll just go do that. So, there's another one of these things.
Already lost.
Yep, you're heading in the right direction. Basically towards that huge freaking purple hole. Keep that up.
Yeah, so I need to get that all put together. You know, I don't want to cut the frame. I want to cut it as little as possible to maintain strength through the way I'm going to weld the frame back together. The more distance I have between there, the better. You know, the longer the welds, the less likely there are to be bad. That sort of thing.
I surrender! I give up! Of course he does. Now kill him. Why? He really thought we were gonna let him go. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna turn my life around and eat better and finish my novel and stuff." Then, boom! What a dumbass! That's good stuff.
I'm sorry.
Looks like that right there is the way in.
Is there a vending machine? It says there is. Oh, there we go. So hopefully this week I'll get the air suspension mounted and at least working. And then I still need to fix like one of the stabilizer bars that goes down. I need to fix that. But then after that, it's basically paint and the rear decking, which I don't know what I'm going to do for that yet. Either the rear decking, I might have to go buy some like diamond plate steel, because that steel, the thin steel, is not gonna work for that. It's just basically too thin. It just moves, you know, too much. And I did use it as decking on my other trailer, but it has wood under it, so the wood is able to kind of stabilize it. If that makes any sense. I don't know if any of these guns are good. I'm just not bothering. Just not bothering anymore. I just need room. Okay. So I also don't know how much I'll get done on the trailer this week, because I have the episode 200. I'm pretty much done with everything. I think as far as editing, I need to I might edit together an intro, but I might not. I might just use the stuff I have for it. Oh no, I'm not done editing. I have to actually make the whole other game. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting. So I'm gonna have to make that and then put together a different scene in OBS for that. But the one game is all edited and ready, which I think it's the hard one. So I can't remember what this boss is. RK5.
What is that thing? Don't you guys get it? It's over for them. Vault Hunter sighted. Open fire! No way. We've come too damn far. And you shoot that bastard out of the sky and you play around in his friggin' guts. We fight until the last of us falls. Sorry, tuned out there. You just kill this guy, will you? Get back on schedule.
Jack, we could just rush to the vault. We don't need to fight the gunship.
No. You let your enemies live, they shoot you in the back. I don't want any surprises. I don't want any survivors. You blow that ship to hell, and you...
He's losing.
Here with Vault Hunters!
I don't know how I'm gonna get that thing. It's always far away. See? Got to shoot ahead of it. Like, does it ever stop flying around? I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Come up here, maybe, I guess. I guess I need to, anyways.
Raising shield!
I dare ya! Do that again and I'll kill you! I dare ya!
It's like it's so far away that, you know, by the time I shoot it, it's already flown in a different direction.
For a missile massacre.
Of course, I have to reload right when it's over me. You know. Maybe I should also try a different gun, I guess. Good thing there's a lot of ammo things around, because this is probably going to take a lot of ammo. Alright, how do we get back up there? So I think that's where I probably need to be to fight this thing. Turn on some of these. Turn on some of these oxygen things. Okay, let's get back up here. Let's try some different guns here. I mean, obviously the rocket launcher is probably going to be the best, but it's going to shoot so slow that it's like I'm not going to be able to. Yeah. This might be just the total wrong gun. To wait for it to fly over here or something. think I'm ending a sniper rifle. I think I sold it. Maybe I should go see if it's still in there. Get it back, because I think there was one. Let's see. Where is it? Let's go. It's you know, anything with the corrosive might be good against that thing. I don't know. So maybe I should try that. And that.
Psychopaths are going!
So let's do maybe that, and yeah, well, let's try this and see what happens here.
I've had it up to here with vault hunters! I dare ya!
Oh yeah, do that. This is gonna work way better. Just all about the gun. Oh, I'm already out of ammo. Guess I should stop shooting those guys with this thing, since I need it for the ship. Must use a lot of ammo. Okay, let's get by a guy, because I'm gonna die. Come on, man. Like, why? Why do you gotta shoot me and then run away when I'm dead? And I need you for this last chance. Jeez. It's gonna be hard. Okay, so I gotta get it back up on that platform with the sniper rifle full of bullets. It's gonna be the answer.
Can't hide from me!
So I'll just go right over
Had it
here.
up to here with vault hunters!
Let's go run over here and launch up onto this. And hopefully.
For a missile massacre.
I've had about enough. You guys count on it for a while. Back on!
Froze that one.
still around, but I need bullets. That's a fire guy, and I have a bullets here.
I've got height on the enemy. I've had it up to here with tall hunters.
Well, I leveled up. I don't know if I should be shooting it with this thing, but there we
You
go.
want me to keep going?
Yes. Push forward. I'll meet you down there. We're getting close. Woo-hoo-hoo, I can feel it. Want to get in there before Roland and Lilith beat us to it.
Here's all the massive loot.
That's some quality work right there. Challenge. It's sweet they called it that.
Tycho's ribs. So I don't know, this might be the vault. Or the beginning of the vault. The beginning of the vault, I guess. The contacts are jacked up. I need to swap them out. It's time for new contacts, but I did that last week and then I had to play, and so I like to sleep one night without them. You know, I know I'm supposed to take them out every day, but I just don't. And I need a new doctor. So this one's better than the one I have. That one might be. Wow, look at that. 729. That's a lot of damage for a shotgun. I mean, that's into like, that's up there into rocket launcher territory, kinda, I think. Guess not so much anymore, but let's see. I don't know which one of these to keep now. Probably not that one. Not that one. Probably no white ones. We're near the end, and so looting isn't, as big of a deal. I'm not gonna prestige this, so I mean, I'm just gonna beat it and move on to something else. So there's really no reason in trying to find the best stuff. I just need enough to get me through these last few missions or whatever. So, I feel like these guns I have here should do it. Is this boosted shield? Oh, look at that one with an explosive Nova Blast. Let's get that. Okay, and then I can do something in here.
Heads up!
Maybe I should swap this gun out for something better. I guess I should just switch to something better.
I welcome your attack, fool!
That thing's tougher than that ship that I just killed. Okay, let's switch that, no, this one for that really high powered shotgun. Let's try this thing out here. Do we like shotguns? Why is it? Does it blow me up? Is that what's happening? Yeah, like every time I shoot it, I catch on fire. This is not a good gun. Come on. Jeez. Well, that's not good, so I guess there's always a catch. Plus, shoots so slow that it just doesn't get him anyway. So, okay, so let's swap that one back out for something else. I don't know, maybe that. Maybe that. So, do we have one?
A tough decision.
Where is that? All right.
When you think murder, think Marcus Munitions. Goodbye, Glenn. If you shop anywhere else, I will keep.
Aspis, shield me!
So yeah, hopefully but with any luck, by the end of this week, I'll at least have the airbags mounted. Then, maybe this weekend, I can start working on the air system and running airlines and that kind of stuff. And then, it'll be battery paint, the rear decking, electrical, all that kind of stuff on the trailer. And then next couple weeks have it ready to go. Then I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to do some maintenance stuff that probably hasn't been done, like take apart and repack the bearings, or maybe just buy new ones. I don't know. That it needs tires. The wheels are like rusted, so I'll probably just buy wheels and tires at the same time, and then just get rid of these ones. And then, I might like paint them. And as far as the decking goes, it's going to need... Oh, it came in this way. It's going to need some like bike mounts. Or I might just weld a receiver hitch in and just put my thing in there. You know what I mean? My bike rack in the receiver hitch.
Take a look around. This place is freaking awesome. I mean, who wouldn't want a piece of whatever's in that vault? Or all of it?
Get ready!
You're no soldier, pal.
I guess I gotta go down there.
Raising shield!
Oh, and the spacer I printed worked really well. I forgot to put one hole in it for the actual door latch to work. I don't know how I missed that, but I just cut a hole out of it. So, and now the latch is on there really tight, so that's going to work really well. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to have to come back to this too. My eyes are too messed up, but thanks for watching. I'll probably be back on in a few hours, but yeah, and then do Minecraft on the next one. I might do this in the morning and then Minecraft.